the Nigerian entertainment industry has been thrown into a quiet mode. First of all, can we observe a moment of silence for the departed little boy, Ifeanyi Adeleke? Alright, Ifeanyi, the 3-year-old of Davido that just passed away. I don't know. I don't want to be insensitive here, like some would say it, but some of us, we like to think, we like to reason beyond the ordinary, you know, we think beyond the surface. Like I said, I don't want to be insensitive, but I think it has gotten to that point where Davido needs to be sat down and asked, what is going on? What's going on with you, man? What's going on? What's happening? If you are an observer, if you are somebody who, like I said, who thinks beyond the ordinary, you will know that in the past, should I say 6 or 7 or 5 years now, there is no year in which Davido does not lose a close one. As in, how do I put it? One of his closest people around him. I'm beginning to feel, I don't want, in this country, when you have money, as in really rich, really wealthy, you get away with a lot of things, People cannot accuse you of anything because you have a way of using money to silence your critics. You have a way of, you know what I'm saying? Someone like Davido who comes from a family of generational wealth. That kind of wealth, even your grandfather inherited it from his great-grandfather. Your father inherited it from your grandfather. Even you too, you will pass it to your children, and your children will pass it to, stuff like that. That's generational wealth. Somebody like that, that's the confusing thing about this whole issue right here. Somebody like that, you wouldn't say he's using all these people for whatever. But the truth is, the thing has gone beyond the ordinary. The last one that happened to Davido was Obama DMW. It was just like yesterday here, Obama 44, and the guy passed on. It was June last year. What happened to that guy? They came up with this slang of who they breathe, he choke. Right from the one when I heard that slang, I was like, what kind of stupid slang is this one? Who they breathe, he choke. Do you know that was exactly what took that guy away? Who they breathe, the guy was just, he said he was uncomfortable. He was feeling this uncomfortable, in breathing. He said he had breathing, he was having breathing difficulty. The guy entered his car, he drove himself to Ever Care Hospital, Lekki. Just a matter of a couple of minutes later or hours later, the guy just passed on. Just like that. Somebody who drove himself to the hospital. Who they breathe? That was exactly what took the guy. Who they breathe? He choked. The guy was choked. He was choked, but not with physical something we could see. But definitely he was choked. You know? Who they breathe? That was what took that guy. Having difficulty in breathing. Not like he was sick. There was nothing diagnosed, in him that you will say, oh, he was suffering from this thing or something. No. Just having some difficulty. All of a sudden, he's having difficulty in breathing. He just went to the hospital. Let him just complain. Let them examine what could be. Before you know what, the guy just passed on. Now the following year, it is now 30-year-old child who just celebrated his 3rd birthday. In this same swimming pool, you can see right here, Davido took him to this same swimming pool, to, have some play with him, play together inside the pool, Now, 3 days later or some days later, we heard that the child found his way into the pool when nobody. Finding it, I'm trying to figure out what are with the number of people you have as domestic workers, security, everybody. How did the child find his way to the pool and enter and nobody saw him? Though it was said that Davido and his baby mama Choma said they were not around, they were on a trip. They were not at home when the incident took place. We can't say me. Like I said earlier, I'm not trying to be insensitive here, like some have tagged me, where I try to air this same opinion. They say, someone just lost a child, you are here talking. It's because you don't think God gave you head, to be think about things, figure out things that are happening around you. But you won't think. That's the reason why you'll be. That's the reason you say someone just lost a child. Because for you, anything that happens, it just happen. You can't figure out anything that's happening. You can't think beyond. You can't think beyond the shallow part of things. You can't think beyond the surface. You can't go into deep thinking and see what's really happening. Me, I am not accusing Davido of anything here. Even if let's say he is innocent, if he is innocent, I'm not accusing him of anything. I'm only worried. I'm just worried for him. I'm just, as a fellow human being, I'm just worried. If at all he's innocent, he does not know anything about, then he should try and find solution. He should try and figure out what's happening. That's my take. You understand? It is someone who loves you who will tell you the truth about the state of things. in your life. That's the truth. You know, his 30, even his 30 BG team. That could be the reason why they are not as lively as they used to be. You know, before. Maybe some of them are getting wise. You know, and being on the low, stuff like that. Like I said, I am only worried for him as a fellow human being, and he should try and figure out what exactly is happening to him. Yeah, that's my take. Once again, may the little boy rest in peace.